Hey guys, it's Friday, June 4th, 2021, and I'm back for Free App Fridays. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I bring you guys free music production software, applications, plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. So, as I always do on Friday, I will go through one or two or three plugins for the day, and I'll also just run through what was released this week. Free plugins released this week. This week has been a busy week for plugins. There's a lot of things releasing this week, so I got quite the list. Some of the stuff I already spoke about earlier on this week on Monday's video and Wednesday's video. So check out Memorial Day's video and check out Wednesday's video, June 2nd. But because there was a couple that I touched on that released this week, the week of May 31st. So let's jump right into it real quickly. The free app for this Friday, June 4th, 2021 is called Obvious Filter. This one, once again, this is new for this week, and it's a pretty interesting one. So with the interface, let's see, how do I go back? Cut off. Okay. Oh, it has to be turned on. Okay. So this is what you're presented with once you open it. After you install it, the initial time you open it, it's going to ask you to put in an email address, either a Patreon email address or your regular email address. You do that to activate the plugin, and that is it. So it is a filter plugin that you can get very animated with your filters to cause different types of movement with your sound, your samples. It can get it pulsing, it can have it phasing, and do a lot of interesting things. So let's dive in. If you double click right here where the filter shape is, the modulation shape I should say, that's when you get to this first screen that we were looking at. And by default, it starts off with these three shapes. And the reason why they have these three shapes here, which you can remove, you can add, you can change, you're going to be able to morph between these three shapes. So if you set it to a linear morph, it's just going to snap like this between the shapes as you move this knob. So you get these hard transitions between these shapes that you have here. You can add more shapes. I don't know what's the limit on the shapes, but you can add more shapes to morph. Now, if you hit the morph button and have it in this mode, it will smoothly morph between the shapes. So see, we move from the ramp up into the triangle right here, into ramp down. So let's play with this one. So with this one, we have all these buttons down here. We can add points and manipulate from that in that way. I'm not going to do that. They have tools down here, and the cool thing I love about the interface is it is very responsive as far as tool tips and just informing you on what's going on. And the interface is pleasant to work with. Let me put it that way. It makes the plugin inviting. So here I can double the shape. I can mirror the shape. You can do a horizontal or a vertical flip of the shape. And you can just really play with how the shape is laid out. They have copy, paste. They have chop all shapes where you could chop the shapes down. And then you have randomize, randomize, randomize. You can save these shapes that you created. So now let's go to this shape here and play with this one. Let's do that, and then let's do a vertical flip. So now if you play with the morph and you do smooth morph, you see it's smoothly, and you can see it showing up over here, whereas it's shape going through the shape, and you see you get a smooth morph from one shape to the next. So just think about automating this or modulating this morph knob. So once you got all your shapes going, you can come out to the main interface and you change what type of filters that are going to be driven by this modulation, the shape, modulation shape. So you got low pass 2, they got band pass, 2 band passes, they have 2 high passes. I don't even know what N4 and N2 is, N2X, but then you have a peak, and then envelope is like a peak plus envelope, which is gonna more affect volume rather than frequency. So let me play with it with a sound going so you can really understand what's going on. You get an audio representation of what's going on. So this is the sample. Let me set this so that we can hear. This is the sample without the filter on it, okay? Let me turn on my volume here. By the way, the interface is resizable. All right, let's turn it on. So once again, this is the morph button on the main screen. And they have different modulation matrices. So here is where you would mess with the speed. So you have the rate, quarter notes, fifths, which would be more like triplets and dotteds and stuff like that. One and a half bars, 2 bars, 2.5 bars, up to 4 bars. So the whole filter shape will take a whole bar to cycle, and so on and so forth. So the rate is just basically the speed of the modulation cycle. You choose your filter types here. And then, of course, if you play with the resonance, like let's say with the peak, it's gonna get crazy because this is gonna boost the resonance of wherever your frequency is. So the next cool thing is that they have a ton of presets. I think it comes at 128. Yep, 128 presets. So you could easily take something and just start adding some rhythm to it. Bypass. So that already took the sample to a whole nother place. So once again, you double click on this and you'll go into, let's go back to what is that? Hold on for a second. Let's do this. All right, let's go back to the initial patch. I'm gonna double click on this. You can double click on this and you'll have a bunch of presets here already. So we can change that. You can drag it here. Add these different shapes. And once again, you can morph through these shapes. To give you some very interesting filtering morphing. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's duplicate this. So you kind of get the point where how this can work. So I think with the normalize, you can make these peaks taller, smooth out some of the curves. And the chop kind of chops them down. So yeah, I'm really impressed by this. Really impressed by the plugin, the layout. The visual feedback is very pleasing and welcoming, right? And just the sheer control that they give you as far as the depth of control, modulation possibilities, the different things you could do with the filters, morphing through multiple filters, the presets. This is definitely a good one to grab. That's why I just wanted to talk about this for today. I'm impressed. The link is in the description for it. And that was the free app for this Friday, June 4th, 2021. So to wrap up, let's go through what was released this week. I'm not going to show all of them because it's a lot. I'm going to show the two that I did not talk about this week. So first up is LV50A, which is it's an EQ, and they also have, same company released Viator is the name of the company, Viator DSP, and they also released this one. This is a graphical EQ. And it's called LV60. So the link is in the description for those. And also, real quick, let me just go through the list of what else was released this week. So Horrorbox 2 LITE which I did on Monday, I think. That's another one that was released this week. Gsat, which is a saturation plugin, also released this week. And YumBu 2. I already did those talked about those in my videos Monday and Wednesday of this week. So the link is in the description for all of the new plugins for this week under the section that says new plugins this week. Obvious filter, the link is there for that. And also check out my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. There's a link in the description for the playlist. Check that out if you want to understand more about how your computer works with your hardware and your software when you're using it to produce music, whether you're mixing or composing or whatever you're doing, sampling, editing, what components helps you with what, and what you need to shore up to make sure that your computer is up to specs to handle your workflow. So it's a 6-part series. The link is in the description for that. There's also a link for a playlist, a growing playlist for these videos that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So once this video is done, it's going to be added to that playlist. You can check out the older videos from this year, live stream videos, where I present you guys with free plugins to help you with your musical production endeavors and adventures. That's it, guys. I got some more work to do, some mixing, some editing, and I'm definitely going to be playing with that filter for this track that I'm trying to format. It's going to come in handy. But that's it. Check back on Monday for Free App Mondays. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.